Welcome to the 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment's Enlisted Combat Skills Selection course. This program is designed to prepare you for the rigors of serving in the 75th Ranger Regiment's premier aviation unit. Over the coming weeks, you'll be tested physically, mentally, and tactically across a variety of essential skill sets. Throughout this course, you will master advanced land navigation, ensuring that you can navigate any environment under any conditions. You'll also cover infantry basics, focusing on small unit tactics, weapons handling, and combat drills. We expect precision and discipline at all times. Understanding military customs and courtesies will be paramount, as you will represent not only yourself, but the regiment and the broader special operations community. Additionally, you'll begin developing your core competencies for your military occupational specialty, MOS-related tasks that are critical to your role in supporting and executing complex missions. Every step in this course is designed to push your limits and elevate your skills. Remember, attention to detail and a drive for excellence are what set apart the soldiers of the 160th SOAR. Prepare yourself. Your journey starts now. After attending the Ranger Assessment and Selection Program, candidates should have the capability to plot 4- and 6-digit grid references on their maps. During this section, candidates will gain knowledge on different terrain features, navigation techniques, triangulation, as well as be able to plot 8-digit grid references. There are 5 major, 3 minor, and 2 supplementary terrain features commonly found on military maps. These are essential for land navigation and map reading. Number 1. Hill. A hill is defined as a point or area of high ground, typically represented by concentric circles of contour lines with the smallest circle indicating the hilltop. Number 2. Valley. A valley is defined as a low area between hills or mountains, often with a river or stream running through it. Contour lines form a U or V shape with a closed end pointing upstream. Number 3. Ridge. A ridge is defined as a sloping line of high ground, forming a continuous elevated crest. The contour lines create a U or V pattern pointing away from higher ground. Number 4. Saddle. A saddle is defined as a low area between 2 higher points, like a dip or break along a ridgeline. It resembles an hourglass shape on a map, located between 2 hills. Number 5. Depression. Depression is defined as a low point or sinkhole on the ground, represented by closed contour lines with tick marks pointing towards lower elevation. Number 6. Draw. A draw is defined as a less developed stream course where the ground slopes upward on 3 sides. Contour lines form a V shape pointing toward higher ground, opposite of a spur. Number 7. Spur. A spur is defined as a sloping line of high ground projecting from a ridge. Contour lines form a V or U shape pointing toward lower ground, opposite of a draw. Number 8. Cliff. A cliff is defined as a vertical or near vertical feature, shown by very close or touching contour lines indicating a sudden drop in elevation. Number 9. Cut. A cut is defined as a man-made feature resulting from the removal of high ground, often for road construction, depicted by contour lines with tick marks pointing toward lower ground. Number 10. Fill. A fill is defined as a man-made feature where low ground is filled to create a road or railroad bed, shown by contour lines with tick marks pointing toward higher ground. Here is a diagram demonstrating all of the contour lines according to their terrain feature. Feel free to pause the video to take a closer look. Triangulation is a complicated and more advanced navigation technique. For this exercise, you will need to utilize a compass, a map, the drawing tool on your map, and your protractor. For this scenario, when we open our map, we can see it says we are west of Poacher's Hill displayed on the bottom right of our map. We can also observe landmarks within visual range, but we can't quite figure out where we are. With just this information alone, we can pinpoint our exact location on the map. First, we will turn west to face Montignac, pull out our compass, and get the bearing of our first landmark, being the church at Montignac. The bearing we get is 250 degrees. What we just did is get an azimuth. However, we now need to get our reverse azimuth. To achieve this, Use the 180 rule. If the azimuth is over 180 degrees, subtract 180 degrees, and if it's under 180 degrees, add 180 degrees. With this information, we can concur that our reverse azimuth from the church is 70 degrees. Now let's turn east and face the radio antenna located in Poacher's Hill. With our compass, we can get an azimuth of 93 degrees. Using the same process, we can get a reverse azimuth of 273 degrees. Now let's go back to our map and pull out our protractor and center it as best as we can on the church at Montignac. With our line tool, let's draw a line from the church to the inner numbers on the outer edge of our protractor, going over the reverse azimuth of 70 degrees. Now we will do the same for the antenna at Poacher's Hill with its reverse azimuth. If both lines were drawn correctly, you should see them intersect, and just like that, we can plot our exact location on a map if we're lost.
So let's plot our first point. The first point that we're going to look at is 24300236. So I read my maps to the right and up. So I read over to 24 and then up to 02. So I know I'm going to be plotting somewhere in this grid square right here. Now 1,000 meters is not accurate enough for anything. Even if somebody told me to go to the body of water in 2402, which we can see right here, it's not accurate enough, because if I'm coming from another location, I may assume that I'm in 2402, but I'm actually not. The next level of accuracy is going to be a 6-digit, and that's going to get me to within 100 meters. And of course 100 meters, man, still, again, it's just over 300 feet. And if I'm looking for a specific major terrain feature, a 6-digit might be close enough, but I want to try to get a little bit closer. So now I'm going to be looking for an 8-digit, and an 8-digit is going to get me down to 10 meters, or just around 33 feet. So I'm going to take my protractor, I'm going to set it down on the bottom left-hand corner of 2402. 2402. There's my 00 mark right there. And I'm going to slide my protractor to the right until the 3 is right in line with the grid line right here of 24. And now I'm ready to read up to 36. So I'm going to read up to 3, and since it's a 6, since that last digit is a 6, it's going to be just above this hash mark right here. So I can see that it's right at the corner of this triangle right there, right? So when you're ready to mark, you want to make sure that you slide your protractor over to the left a little bit and then make your mark. And then you put your protractor back down and then slide back over to 30 and read up to 36. Now my mark is a little off, so that's not a big deal. So we're going to erase that. And I'm going to put it to where I think it is right there. And again, this is why you measure twice and cut once. Read back over to 30 and up to 36. So I want to make sure that that lead mark from my pencil is directly underneath the black line on my protractor. I'm just going to raise it up and then lower it back down to make sure that it's good to go. And once you got that, you're set. Now if you need to, right, just take...
Movement refers to shifting of forces on the battlefield. The key to moving successfully involves selecting the best combination of movement formations and movement techniques for each situation. You must consider factors of MET-TC in selecting the best route and the appropriate formation and movement technique. There are 3 squad movement formations: squad column, squad line, and squad file. Squad column is normally used as the primary formation. Squad line is used when maximum firepower is required to the front. Squad file is used within close terrain, vegetation, or limited visibility conditions. The squad file has the same characteristics of the fireteam file. The position of the squad leader and team leaders can be adjusted depending on the situation. It may not always be best to have the team leader as the point man. The squad file provides the easiest method of control, but is the most difficult formation from which to maneuver. This formation provides maximum immediate fire to the flanks, but masks most fire to the front and rear. Moving in the squad file provides the least amount of security to the unit. The squad line provides limited maneuver capability due to both fire teams being committed. This formation concentrates the maximum amount of the unit's firepower to the front end and is typically used during the establishment of a support by fire position. The squad line provides very little security to the flank and rear. The squad column is the most common movement formation and provides the best compromise between the squad line and squad file. It allows the most flexibility for the majority of situations. This formation facilitates maneuver and provides good dispersion laterally and in depth. The squad leader has the best control in the squad column. When the squad moves independently or as the rear element of the platoon, the rifleman in the rear fire team provides rear security, rendering all-around security. Leaders must know how to select a formation based on which one best allows control, flexibility, firepower, and security. Movement techniques are the position of your squads and fire teams in relation to each other while moving. There are 3 movement techniques: traveling, traveling overwatch, and bounding overwatch. Like formations, movement techniques provide your unit with varying degrees of control, security, and flexibility. The squad traveling formation is used when enemy contact is not likely. The travel technique offers the best speed and control during maneuver, but offers the least dispersion and security because the trail team follows closely behind the lead fire team. Because teams are closer during movement, the travel technique is easier for the squad leader to control. It is not normally used in enemy territory. Traveling overwatch is used when enemy contact is possible, but the squad must move quickly to accomplish the mission. The lead fire team is pushed out further, approximately 50 meters, so that if contact is made with the enemy, the squad leader can limit that contact to the lead fire team. This allows the squad leader to maneuver the trail fire team around the lead team without the maneuver team being engaged by the enemy. Bounding overwatch is used when contact with an enemy force is expected or when crossing a large open danger area. One fire team is always in an overwatch position, prepared to lay down a base of fire while the other fire team maneuvers. This is the slowest movement technique and the most difficult to control, but it provides the best dispersion and fire control. When contact is made, the fire team in contact becomes the base of fire team to destroy or suppress the enemy. The fire team not in contact maneuvers to destroy the enemy. If the squad leader decides to break contact, the fire team not in contact occupies a support by fire position where it can direct fire on the enemy force. This allows the fire team in contact to disengage and fall back to a covered and concealed position. They provide covering fire while the other fire team disengages. This process continues until the squad successfully breaks contact with the enemy. There are 2 types of bounding overwatch: successive bound and alternate bound. In the successive bound, the teams bound forward to a covered and concealed position, generally parallel with the other teams. In the alternate bound, the bounding fire team does not stop parallel with the overwatch fire team, but moves beyond the overwatch fire team. Bounding Overwatch provides the most control, the most dispersion, and the most security, but at the cost of speed. The squad leader must consider MET-TC and the advantages and disadvantages to the 3-squad movement techniques to move the unit and accomplish the assigned mission. Of the 3-squad movement formations and 3-squad movement techniques, the squad leader must choose from a variety of factors which is the one best suited for his mission and his environment.